Good afternoon, I'm Patty Graham. I work with the South Carolina State Firefighters Association and our FAST team, our First Responders Assistance and Support Team. FAST is here to train and respond to help prevent PTSD in first responders. After several years of hard work, Proviso 6223 was passed by our legislators.
In the spring of 2016, several senators across the state got together and attempted to change the verbiage in the workers' compensation legislation. The purpose was to include compensation for mental health issues for first responders. Unfortunately, that did not pass. However, legislation did provide a sum of money to be given to SLED. $250,000 went to SC LEAP and $250,000 went to SC FAST.
Through the efforts of the Proviso of our South Carolina State Legislature, we are now able to offer clinical level care for our first responders, both those in fire service, EMS, dispatch, and the South Carolina Law Enforcement Assistance Program offers that same level of care. The clinician level care, is based on $15,000 out-of-pocket expenses for those members, and it is based on an incident-driven nature.
The Proviso covers all first responders in the state of South Carolina, regardless of your status, part-time, full-time, paid, or volunteered. You're covered as long as you're on a roster. We are making a concerted effort to ensure that all first responders are involved in educational opportunities, awareness programs, as well as responses.
July 4th was on vacation with family and friends and wound up having to actually do CPR on a family member, and it was really rough on me. Never had to deal with that before. So I contacted a member of the FAST team, Miss Patty, and she told me to come in right away. So she met me Sunday after church, and that meant a lot to me to be able to have someone to call and come out and stop everything. She was away from her family. She took time away from that.
There's some things on the truck that you use every shift, that you check every shift, that you run every shift to make sure it operates. There's some things that you don't use every shift. Like for instance, like a hose clamp. You might not use it every month, or I mean, it might be a year before you use it, but when you need it, and you need it immediately. And FAST is like that. There's no shame, and you need it. You know, when there's a burst pipe, it's got to be clamped.
We spend countless hours training. We spend countless hours in finances in keeping people engaged and bringing them into the fire service, but we weren't doing anything to keep them as a member of our family. That is what FAST is all about.
We experience a lot of things that most people don't in their lives. We have normal reactions to these events. Some of those include nightmares. Some of those include intrusive thoughts, intrusive images, flashbacks, being right back at the scene where we were before. We say about 30 days, these will start slowing down or dissipating. Sometimes they start increasing in severity or in number of times it happens, and that's when we suggest someone see some clinical help.
The State Chiefs Peer Team was developed several years ago because the state fire service leaders recognized the need among our state's fire chiefs who were experiencing not only traumatic stress, but the chronic stress of the everyday job that they are exposed to. As a fire chief, I would encourage other fire chiefs to consider bringing the peer team training to their departments just like we've done here. It's a huge benefit to your members. It helps you through those times to have those members that can recognize what one another are going through.
A lot of people think that there's a stigma attached to if you got to go talk to somebody or forced to talk to somebody. So this is out there and it's available to you, but it's a choice that you can make to talk or not to talk.
Reach out to one of the FAST team members, and if one of the FAST team members can't help you, then they know other people that are certified counselors that can help you.
When a first responder has a work-related incident that causes them to seek clinical care,
there is a claims process, and it is very simple, fast, and very confidential. The instructions are found on our website, www.scfirefighters.org.
are you suffering in silence? FAST is here to help.